My sister called me a freeloader at a party I paid for. Now I took her to court and won. Let me start this off by saying, I've never been the golden child. That role has always belonged to my older sister, Ashley. The family princess. The overachiever. The future doctor, who never actually became one, but that didn't stop the praise. Meanwhile, I was the creative but lazy one. The dreamer. I dropped out of college after 2 years, not because I wasn't capable, but because I had a business idea I knew could work if I just gave it my all. Spoiler, it did. But we'll get to that. Let's rewind. Growing up, I remember birthdays where Ashley got new phones, spa days, or a car, while I got books on how to be successful or secondhand clothes. It wasn't even subtle. My parents constantly compared me to her. If I got a B+, they asked why it wasn't an A. If she got a B+, they called it a tough class. Even in college, they kept funding Ashley's private education while I was working part-time jobs to cover my tuition until I dropped out. Of course, when I told my parents I wanted to leave school to pursue a startup, they practically held an intervention. "You're throwing your life away," they said. "Why can't you be more like Ashley?" Ashley, who by the way, switched majors 3 times and eventually dropped out herself, but when she did it, she needed to take care of her mental health. Cool, fast forward 4 years. I poured everything into my startup: time, savings, sleep. I lived in my car for a while. But I believed in it. Eventually, after years of grinding, late nights, and a few lucky breaks, it took off. Last year, we sold the company. I walked away with 7 figures. Suddenly, people started paying attention. My dad started calling to check in. My mom wanted to visit. Ashley texted me randomly, "Hey, you still doing that tech thing? Can you help me get a job?" Oh, how the tables turned. To celebrate the launch of my new company and moving into my first home, I threw a massive new beginnings party. Think high-end venue, gourmet catering, custom lighting, private DJ, photo booth. I even paid for everyone's transportation and hotel rooms. Cost me around $15,000, but I didn't mind. I finally wanted to do something nice for my family. Ashley showed up wearing a $700 dress, which I later found out she put on my tab, and immediately started acting like she organized the whole event. Hugging people, making toasts, doing Instagram stories like she was the guest of honor. Then came the speech. Halfway through the night, Ashley stood up with a mic in hand, completely uninvited, and said, "Let's give it up for my little brother, who's finally doing something with his life." It only took dropping out, living off our parents, and being a freeloader for years. Some people chuckled nervously. Others gasped. I was stunned. She went on. "But really, congrats, bro. It's inspiring to see how far you can come when you mooch off everyone until you hit a jackpot." At that point, I'd had enough. I walked up, took the mic, and said, "Thank you, Ashley. Just a quick fact check for the room: I haven't taken a dime from our parents since I was 19. In fact, I paid for this entire event, including your dress and drinks. If anyone's freeloading, it's not me." The room fell silent. The next day, chaos. Mom called crying, saying I embarrassed Ashley. Dad said I was disrespectful and should have handled it privately. Ashley? She posted a sob story online claiming I bullied her in front of the family and weaponized my money. They all conveniently ignored that she publicly humiliated me first. I told them I was done. I blocked them all for a month. During that time, I started hearing from mutual relatives that Ashley was trying to reclaim what's rightfully hers. She even started spreading rumors that I owed her for helping with the business idea she didn't, and that she deserved a percentage of my company. Then I got the real kicker. Ashley tried to sue me. She filed a civil claim accusing me of intellectual property theft and emotional distress. Her evidence? A college paper she wrote about social apps that vaguely resembled my company's concept. Her lawyer was some low-tier guy who looked like he belonged on a daytime court show. My lawyer? Let's just say I could afford good representation. The trial was as ridiculous as it sounds. She cried on the stand. Claimed she supported me emotionally during hard times and that entitled her to compensation. Her biggest claim? If I hadn't inspired him, he never would have made it. My lawyer demolished her. We presented emails showing she had no involvement in the company, proof she actively mocked my efforts for years. A signed NDA she forgot she signed when she briefly interned, and got paid for, character witnesses who saw her at the party and confirmed the toast wasn't a joke. The judge dismissed the case. Laughed, actually. I countersued for defamation and won a judgment that required her to issue a formal apology, remove all defamatory posts, and pay my legal fees. After court, I made it official. I legally changed my emergency contacts. Took my parents and Ashley off all accounts. Sent cease and desist letters to both Ashley and my mother, who was sharing false info on Facebook. I even filed a restraining order after Ashley showed up at my office crying and screaming. Now, I live peacefully. I travel. I work with a team I trust. I support charities, mentor underdogs, and sleep like a baby knowing I no longer have to tolerate toxic family dynamics. And the best part? My peace is priceless.